I don't know how to explain this, but do you remember a 19 a rip-off of Tarzan from the 70s? It's called Shame of the Jungle. If you don't know about it, let me give you a little description about it. Well, Shame of the Jungle it's an X-rated movie based on this guy named Shame going to save her wife June after she's being kidnapped by these penises and taken to Queen Bazanga, which is her she wants her from June. But then Shame has to go rescue her with dangerous troubles. Well, you might remember this movie from the 70s. You might remember the ending of it. But this ending I'm gonna talk about, you'll never forget, and you probably don't remember it. So, let me give you my story of Shame of the Jungle, the alternate ending. So, it was one day. I was at a bookstore. I wanted to see what was new for some DVDs and VHS tapes. Where I all of a sudden I asked for a lady if she has any good examples for a VHS tape or DVD I can borrow. And then she says, "Yes, I have some right here." And then I followed her, and then I accidentally tripped on a VHS tape. Strangely, it was an old VHS tape of the movie Shame of the Jungle. Basically, it had a normal cover with the poster on it, but something was a little different about it. Instead of it being just titled Shame of the Jungle, there was something in the bottom of it after Shame of the Jungle, which was Shame of the Jungle alternate ending. And I was thinking to myself, this could be the uncut version that we never get to see. And then the lady came running and grabbed the VHS tape and said, "That's not something you should be watching." I was curious and say, "Well, Shame of the Jungle is not for kids, but I just wanted to see what will this uncut version will be like." So I asked the lady, "Can I please buy it?" And then she said, "Sure, why not? But be aware." And then I said, What the heck? What's there to be aware about? I saw this film once on YouTube, and there was nothing wrong about it. So what can be wrong about it? Well, I'm about to regret it. So I went home and put the VHS tape into the player and get my snacks with me. But something was a little different about it. Under the VHS tape, it had a D in it, which is on the cover it says alternate version, but on the VHS tape it says D version, which made me very, very confused. I just sort of regret it, and then go put the VHS tape into the player. Well, I'm about to get into that ending in a little bit. So, the movie was mostly the same as the original, but every 15 minutes, the screen goes static, and then the episode, and then I'm sorry guys, I stopped the screen for a minute, so let me give you a refresher. The movie was mostly the same as the original, except every 15 minutes, the screen cuts to static, and then after 15 seconds of static, the screen went black for 5 seconds, and then the movie went back to normal. I don't know, it's kind of weird how some VHS tapes are like that, but I saw this movie once on YouTube. Remember that? So when it get to the endish part, that's where things started to get a little bit different. When Shame entered the Vile Kingdom, and then enters the penis marching soldiers, like that song you hear. Instead, I did not hear that song at all. Instead, I hear creepy Jack in the Box music every time. There was no value, except that creepy Jack in the Box music version. I was thinking to myself, no, this can't be, okay? Is this like a prank or something? Like a VHS tape like prank or something? No. This can't be. And then I decided to continue watching. Well, until Shame enters Queen Bazanga's layer, that's when things started to get a little bit back to normal in that scene. You know, with the penis and Shame fight, it was normal. Everything was normal. Well, when the Shame, except when the Shame and penises were about to fight, something was odd. Instead of Shame falling down into the stairs when he was trying to save June, instead he didn't fall down. He just ran and ran. He ran for 5 minutes, I guess. And then we see the two-headed guys and June. They were about to cut the hair off of June. And then Queen Bazanka came in and said, "What is wrong with you, dipshits?" And then they say, "Oh, nothing. We're about to cut off June's hair right now." And then Queen Bazanga left an evil smile. It was a big nightmare smile. She had the worst nightmare smile you can ever imagine. It made me had nightmares. And then Queen Bazanga said, in a demon voice, "I'll show you how you can be good partners." No. Then she grabbed the chainsaw, and then she tries to kill them, and then Shame came in, and then they say the two-headed creatures in June are in danger. Then Shame screamed the loudest scream you can ever hear. It was so loud. It was like the towers and but it was way louder and more scarier. It seems like a person would be murdered. It was so loud my ears almost became deaf. But thank God I'm not deaf. But it almost wake up the whole neighborhood. Then Shame came in, and then one of the brothers' heads was sliced off. Queen Bazanga said in the demon voice again, Shame, so good of you to come." And then Shame was almost about to save June, but Queen threw a brick in his face, and then Queen Bazanga said, "You ready for your turn?" Shame said, "Queen, talk too loud." And then they fought brutally. And what I mean brutally, very, very brutally. One of the most brutaliest scenes you could ever see in the movie. Shame threw a knife at Queen Bazanga's eye. Queen Bazanga cannot see on her right eye. Then Shame threw another eye at Queen Bazanga. Queen Bazanga was now blind. She cannot see. Then Shame threw a dish over Queen Bazanga's stomach. Then Queen Bazanga tried to kill Shame, but Shame then gets the chainsaw, and then Queen Bazanga almost tried to kill Shame, but Shame threw around, and you know what hit? June's face was sliced off. And then Shane let out the loudest scream you can ever hear in humanity, even worse than the original one. Then Queen Bazonga said, "Looks like you have no June right now." Then Shane took June right away and then flew and killed Queen Bazonga right away and then flew her out of the plane. Then the screen cuts to black for like a good 1 minute. I was confused. I was like, no, this can't be. Is this like an alternate ending? I hope not. Is this like an extra scene of the uncut version? I don't know what happened. Then the screen faded to Shane holding June. Shane was crying really, really loud. Not like cartoon crying, but actual real human crying that is crying over a human's death. Shane's cry was so loud it almost shook my house. Shane cried for over like 5 minutes, and then a text from the screen popped up and said, "Well, as long as you know, I am not alive anymore. Soon, you will die." Then the movie ends. I was completely shocked over what I just saw. I plugged the VHS tape out of the player, and then I saw a logo go underneath it that said. Do you want to know what it said on the bottom of the VHS? 666. Yeah, it said 666. And then I discovered that the D was a demon version. This was a demon version of Shame of the Jungle. I immediately dialed 911 immediately, and then the police came the day after, and then they asked what was going on, and then I said, well, here's proof to see what was going on. Here's the footage. Then they saw the footage, and then they say, "Oh my gosh, don't worry, sir, we'll cover it right away." And then after, I ran into the garbage can and throw it and smash it. And then the garbage truck came, and I never saw it again. And then I contacted director Pisha about this alternate ending. Pisha said that this was going to be the ending of Shame of the Jungle, but it was cut out to avoid an X rating in the US. This is why I never liked Shame of the Jungle. And if you come across a VHS tape that says Shame of the Jungle alternate version, don't watch it.